Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on another beautiful day here in the Mushroom Kingdom, another critical day here in the Mushroom Kingdom, because we have a pair of races here in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament, 2020 tournament, and there is a lot on the line in both of these races tonight. Hey everyone, I am Cyclone, I am joined by LZ Cards Fan. How are you doing, Cards?
Boy, I'm doing great, and you are absolutely right about this. We have playoff implications here. It's Paranoia versus Leslie Pro 04 and Dustminion versus Dr. J. It is going to be exciting, folks. You do not want to miss this one.
And just to talk a little bit about what is happening here, I'll cover Group F. You go ahead and cover Group D. I'll talk about Group F first. In Group F, we have It's Paranoia and Leslie Pro going at it right now. It's Paranoia is currently 2-0. He's played, or 2-2 rather, 2-2. He has 2 matches to play, the ones against Leslie Pro. Leslie Pro is currently 0-2. Also in the group further down is Sharky, who is 0-4. If Leslie Pro is able to win both matches today, that will guarantee a tie between Leslie Pro and It's Paranoia, and that means that Leslie Pro just has to beat Sharky in one race to advance. If they go 1-1, Leslie Pro is, well, pretty much out of it, but Sharky can sweep It's Paranoia to tie and force tiebreaker in Group F.
That's right. And in Group D, we're taking a look here. Human Mustard, of course, clinched it with a 6-0 perfect record. But stand by just one moment. Alrighty here. So looking at the brackets here. So right now it is Dustminion, or Dr. J rather, versus Zodiac Dread. If Zodiac Dread sweeps, he will guarantee himself no worse than a tie-breaker. But if Dr. J splits, we could potentially have a 3-way tie. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, very, very spicy scenarios today in play, and we're not going to know a lot about what happens until the first race is over. So we are now underway with the first of the 2 seeds today. And this seed, worlds are generally in their order, and levels are generally going to be in their world. But there are exceptions like this carpet fort.
Yep, that's right. We are starting with the numerical order of the world, but because there are 2 forts, that means 3F2 will not be found in World 3. That means there's only going to be 1 fort in World 3.
And that means that a level that would have been here is also going to be in World 3. And I didn't see what all the numbers were on the map, so we'll find out later what that level is. It looks like Dustminion already taking a game over.
Not the best start in the world there for Dustminion, so going to reset and start over here. But Dr. J now in 1-4, as is Paranoia.
And Leslie Pro is about to finish the boom boom fight, and that is done. Dr. J is moving along. And as you can see, we are in 1-4, and you may be thinking, wait a minute, why is this level not scrolling? Well, auto scroller is turned off for all levels in this particular seed format, except for level 5-9. Level 5-9 has to have scrolling on to work. There's also a level we refer to as Atlantis that is not available in this particular seed.
Thank goodness for that, huh, Cyclone?
I agree.
Right now, Paranoia, the first of our 4 runners tonight to get to the World 1 airship where Larry Koopa awaits. And the HP is randomized between 1 and 5, and 2 of our Koopalings are going to be gifted or cursed with Earthquake, depending on how you want to call it. No Earthquake for Larry. There's 2 hits. 2 hits is not enough. How about 3? Oh, he's beefier than the normal 3 hit.
Oh.
Getting bounced around by Larry here. 4 hits.
That's 4. 5.
There's the max.
That's a fantastic start for us.
Right. But I think the last time we did commentary together, no one had 5 HP, so already we're off to a fantastic start in that department.
We just need to see Lemmy actually eat some vegetables today.
Well, the last time I did comms, he actually had a few vegetables in his body. He was a normal 3-hitter. We'll see if that's the case this time. What's that, Cyclone?
Oh, I just said, oh.
Right. We did see it pewing behind the Hammer Brothers.
Indeed. And we are off to World 2 on It's Paranoia side, so he's off to a good start here. He's at the pyramid already.
Yep, the pyramid stage, a moderately annoying stage. It's kind of lengthy, and you have to use the beetles or your tail to break these brick walls.
And it turns out that we are blessed already at this point with the tail. So that works out very nicely for his Paranoia. And he's just going to try to get... Well, he lost his tail, so now he has to juke the beetle, and that didn't work.
And the Tanuki suit ended up being the item. Now, he took care of both beetle shells, which means, yeah, he just spawned them just as I feared there.
He has to go all the way back. There he is.
He could take
now he lost it. He lost the shell immediately. Yeah, he could take the pipe.
Yeah, he could take the pipe and then come back. He could do that, and then, well, I thought he was
no!
I don't think Paranoia realized that that block was there, because most people don't take that route because you don't in a race.
Yeah, normally you wouldn't, so I think he just forgot about that. Just a little, not remembering how the pyramid works that much, it looks like.
Alright, but Paranoia is done with the pyramid, but look at this. Les, if he doesn't get hammered... Oh, he's going to wait until he jumps. Oh, smart move there. He didn't want to take a snipe there from the Hammer Brothers, so Leslie gaining some time on Paranoia. Meanwhile, on the right side, we have Dr. J in the lead, a small lead on Dustminion, as Dr. J just completed the pyramid. Dustminion right behind, and now Dr. J in 1-5, but down to Small Mario.
And it looks like Leslie Pro almost had trouble with the Goombas there, but fortunately did manage to get through what might have been a very certain death otherwise. Change off at the end, inconsequential, and we're playing cards.
Yeah, Paranoia the first, an instant match with the stars there. We'll see if Paranoia can get another one. He is going to get another one with the... Oh, and a third one with the 1-up. How about the flowers? Nothing on the flowers, but 3 matches there for Paranoia getting a hammer.
That was the mushroom.
Very nice.
That means there's 2 of those in each card game.
Oh, that is going to be critical if one player decides to play the cards and the other does not. So we'll see how that comes into play. Right now, neck and neck between all 4 of our runners.
And we have the Angry Sun. Of course, it's angry.
Yeah, it's never in a good mood. It wants to just beat its heat on all of these players, but Paranoia getting through with no trouble at all. Dustminion down to Small Mario, as is Dr. J, does have a star for a little bit. Now a boomerang throw session for Paranoia that garners him a music box, which will come in handy in World 7.
And Dustminion gets through the Angry Sun, and Dr. JPHD is on his way to the end of the Angry Sun 2-1 stage.
He's in a little bit of trouble there, but should be able to cross the finish line, and he does.
Is Paranoia taking a death to a Hotfoot, which has now randomly appeared inside World 2 for it?
Yeah, those Hotfoots are very pesky. I'd say they're far worse than the Boo Diddleys that are normally in this fort here, this World 2 fort. Now, oh, nice use of the star there for Paranoia. Good anticipation. He'll get his music box.
Worth knowing they used his hammer on the rock as well, just so he wouldn't have to worry about that fort. The lock is up top. He doesn't need to go that way. So he decided to use the rock, go through the Hammer Brother instead. We're now in a quicksand stage without the Angry Sun.
Yeah, but we do have a pesky cheat sheet that is going to try to make these runners' lives miserable. Here's Dustminion. We have 3 runners simultaneously in the World 2 fort.
You have to be careful there. There, nice jump to avoid the cheat sheet there. We have Dustminion with a Snooki suit active.
Yeah, that was, I believe, the item he got from the princess. So now Paranoia going to be the first one. Going to use the P-Wing on the World 2 fort, which is going to enable Paranoia to fly over this pillar, this mast.
It makes it a little quicker to get through there.
All right, let's see how salty Morton Koopa is going to be this time around.
Very.
Is 1 enough? Not very. Bowser took Morton off the sodium diet, and it's a 1-hitter, and Paranoia is going to get the animation skip.
Yeah, that was salt thrown over the right shoulder, and he was out.
Leslie Pro about to finish 2-2. Dustminion and Dr. J neck and neck, also in 2-2.
We'll always have Giant Land, says the king.
That'll be coming up in World 4, but first we're going to be going to Water World here in World 3, where Wendy awaits. Panel 8, so we're going to start with 3-8, and I saw something splash in the water.
So did I, but it doesn't look like a boss pass.
Might just be a normal cheat sheet, but I see nothing.
Ooh.
Oh, ooh, it's right.
Yeah, those chomps are not fun to deal with in any stage.
Leslie Pro picked up a mushroom in the Toad House and is now doing the quicksand stage. So Paranoia has built up a little bit of a lead right now, but still at this point, definitely anybody's game. Dustminion and Dr. J simultaneous one-ups. You want to talk about neck and neck? This is it, folks. Look on the right side.
By the way, we found 1-1. That was the stage that replaces the fort here.
There you go. So normally you wouldn't see 1-1 in
Boss Bass!
These flags, and there's our first sighting of Boss Bass.
Oh, what a fun stage to see him in.
Yeah, easiest stage in the world just become not so easy thanks to that Boss Bass.
He's got the shell ready. He wants to... oh, he wasted the shell. He's going to get the one up. I'm just kind of captivated by his Paranoia right now, to be honest with you.
Paranoia down to Small Mario has to make sure Paranoia doesn't become fish bait here. A match for Leslie Pro on the mushrooms. That is all. However, those mushrooms are going to give that hammer, as we advertised earlier.
And his Paranoia does get through Boss Bass. It'll be fun to see how the other runners handle that coming up here. Meanwhile, Leslie Pro, he's working through the airship. Dr. JayPhd just ahead finished the airship.
Yep, and Dustminion right behind Dr. J. Let's see what that item is that Princess Toadstool is going to give these runners after World 2. It's going to be, I don't know, it's quick.
I didn't catch on Paranoias either. We got 2 more chances here.
Well, yep, well, we have one more instantly with Dustminion, but knowing our commentator's luck, we're going to miss it again. Let's find out. What is Princess Toadstool going to give these runners? There it is, there's a mushroom.
Looked like a mushroom, yeah, looked like a mushroom.
I tell you what, I was going to say, we missed it 3 times. We're going to have to go Phil Collins with I missed again. Meanwhile, we're in 3-9 right now. Paranoia trying to take care of the nanny blooper, but missed. Speaking of missing. But no matter, Paranoia's through 3-9.
And Dr. JayPhd has the option to play cards. At the moment is declining.
Right now, Leslie in 3-8. Dr. J in that Boss Bass infested 1-1. Back to the cards for Paranoia.
Oh, Dr. J thought he was going to be able to fly and just keep some air on Boss Bass, but just ran in the underbelly of a Koopa Troopa, and that took that out very quickly.
No matter, though, Dr. J does get through 1-1. Paranoia now going to take on the Sledgehammer Bro. Make sure you don't get stun locked, and going to get a 1-up in the process. Inside the chest, gets a hammer.
Blocks over top, he had to take his time. He didn't want to rush into that one, or he might have been stun locked. So he had to wait for it to jump to the upper ledge before he could go and defeat it.
Here's 3F1 for Paranoia. Again, we're not going to see 3F2. We saw that in World 1. Door number 6 for it. Door number 5 does have a power-up. And Paranoia still not going to take it, even after getting hit by the hot foot there. Time for the boom boom fight.
Boom boom's usually easy enough, so it shouldn't be a problem. Ooh, nice clipping of the wings of one of the Paragoombas on Dustminion's side.
Yeah, very good. In 3-9 with the small H. Another 1-up for Dr. J is up to 5 extra lives. Very close still between those 2 runners. They've been close all night so far in game number 1. Here's 3-6 for Paranoia.
Now, just for those who are joining late, we should clarify what the matchups are here. The left 2 runners, It's Paranoia and Leslie Pro, are going against each other, whereas the right 2 runners, Dr. JayPhd and Dustminion, they are against each other. On the left is a Group F matchup, as in Frank. On the right is a Group D matchup, as in David. So that's what we have going on right now.
Ooh, a little bit of a tricky ending there for Paranoia, but does get through and is able to avoid the fireworks, up to 6 extra lives. Dr. J just about ready to clear 3-6, but going to be in for a big surprise. And nice anticipation there. He stopped himself in time.
Something we didn't catch on this Paranoia screen, apparently. It looks like the stars are hammer suits today.
You're right. And a hammer for Leslie Pro from the Hammer Bros stage right there. And next up, Jack.
Another Boss Bass!
Oh,
yes!
Misses out on the star. Yep. Now, with Boss Bass here, we'll see if Paranoia decides to take the Coin Heaven, which is slower, but at least it would enable Paranoia to scave off Boss Bass. Let's see what Paranoia's got.
I don't think he can take the Coin Heaven. He's small.
Well, not only that, there were a lot of Paragooms.
Oh,
there's the meal. There's the meal.
Yum!
Boss Bass gets the catch of the day, and that is 1 point for Boss Bass.
And Dr. JPHD runs into the foot of a Goomba.
And with that, Dustminion now takes the lead in this race.
Looks like Paranoia was looking for power-ups in the Hammer Brothers stage, not being rewarded.
And there was a P-Wing. Now back to 3-7 for Paranoia. Could have used the P-Wing there, maybe, but opting not to. So take 2 on 3-7. Dustminion is done with 3-7, and Dr. J in some trouble here. He's down to Small Mario with Boss Bass still chomping at the bit, trying to get another meal here. And Paranoia is going to get a well-needed mushroom there, and will get through Jackpot.
Yes. And
he and Dr. J.
Yeah, he and Dr. J are literally right behind each other right now.
Leslie's now in Jackpot as well, and but loses the tail.
I think he might still be okay.
Yeah, he's trying to make a mad dash now.
No coin heaven.
Thought about it, or maybe just trying to get into higher ground, but opting not to take it, which, again, midway through, probably not a great play, but early on when you start the game, it's something that runners do consider, and we have Wendy, Dustminion trying for the fire kill, but no matter, Wendy's down.
Leslie Pro does make it through alive, by the way, and is going to play cards again.
Yep.
Dr. J taking death and door for it.
And by the way, it's Side Salad Wendy, one hitter.
Ooh.
So just like Morton, Bowser putting not Sally, but Wendy on the diet.
Yeah, so we have 1 steak and 2 side dishes so far.
Right you are there, and Leslie using the hammer to break the lock and going to take on the World 3 airship as well.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I do believe that is from Dodgeball when LaFleur goes into the sudden death match blindfolded.
My pop culture isn't that good, so I won't comment. Oh, look at that. His Paranoia knew a card game was coming, so he just went in and went right back out.
Ooh, we could have a potential double fort requirement here in World 4, and here is 4-6 with Angry Sun. But if Dustminion goes through a door, good idea. That'll despawn the Angry Sun.
Just stay on that side as well, and you don't have the... And the sun's not even in that world anyway.
Leslie Pro is done with the World 3 airship. Wendy down, and Paranoia getting stun locked, and somehow does not get hammered by the Sledgehammer Pro. Paranoia survives, gets another hammer, and we have from the Princess an anchor, which could be anything, Cyclone.
Oh, yeah. Anyone up for some frog?
I haven't seen a frog suit in ages. Here's 4F2 for Dustminion, who continues to lead on Dr. J. Wendy down on Dr. J's side.
Meanwhile, is Paranoia also doing the door transfer strategy to avoid the Angry Sun in 4-6? Oh, I don't know how he did not get hit by a fireball there.
Yeah, that was crazy there. Ooh, speaking of not getting hit,
yeah,
I have no idea how Paranoia didn't get Kaizo'd there.
He forgot about the block there, too. There's 2, might be 3 blocks there that you can get coins,
Paragoomba, one enemy left. Paranoia's through. And Leslie Pro right behind here in 4-6. There's a star, but I don't know if Leslie's going to be able to get to it. No, it despawned. 4F1 now for Dustminion. By the looks of things, looks like both forts are required, because I think this is the one that's going to build the bridge.
Oh, Dr. J is stun locked.
Dustminion getting a star here. Getting insta-kill, and got him.
Oh, Dr. J was just in the worst spot for a stun lock.
Ah, that's brutal. And every 100 coin penalty Dr. J takes, that's going to further increase Dustminion's lead. Remember, Dr. J 0-2 has to win at least one of these games to keep bracket hopes alive. If Dustminion sweeps, he advances.
Now, still not over. We are both still in the same world, and anything could happen on Dustminion's side. He could get lost in the pipe maze in World 7, or take the wrong path in World 6. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here.
Dustminion would go to 3-3, and just one win against, and would clinch no worse than a playoff. Back to the race at hand.
Leslie Pro did not pop Boom Boom for the second hit, so he's flying right now. There it is.
Wow, nice job there to keep his cool and not let Boom Boom take him down. That was a nice recovery there from Leslie.
Looks like we just had a Starman kill on Boom Boom and an upside down orb.
We did see that. You are right.
And there's a Koopa paratrooper floating around teasingly, partially on the screen, on Paranoia's side.
Leslie Pro collects a Tanuki suit from the Mushroom House and is going to use it to play 4F1, which again required. Ooh, and the homing bullet Bill takes down Paranoia. Tough break. That will give Leslie a chance to maybe gain some ground.
Leslie, meanwhile, losing some timing here and doesn't make the jump correctly, ends up losing his tail, but is going to go for the orb himself. He gets the orb.
Gets the bro. And, Paranoia does have the P-Wing, I do believe, and not going to take the pipe that's got the Tanuki chute. We are in a race after all.
Yeah, that's an out-of-the-way pipe. That's a pipe that doesn't really help you.
Right. Dustminion, here is the Iggy fight. Earthquake! Ooh, and one's not enough this time. How about two? No.
2, 3.
No.
We have 4. We have a 4. We're going to have 5.
No. The maximum. Iggy just took Morton and Wendy to school. That is how you become a buff, mean Koopaling.
Or at least as mean as you can be as a Koopaling.
Right. And there's a P-Wing there for Paranoia. So Dustminion, the first of our runners to be entering World 5.
But while he's not racing against his Paranoia, he did gain time in World 4, and he is leading all of our runners at this time.
You are correct there. Dr. J now in 4F1 and getting squished by that Boo Diddley, but he's going to pick up a star here. A chance for another instant Boom Boom kill. Should have it. Got him.
And we have his Paranoia on the World 4 airship right now. Good way to tell the World 4 airship, by the way. The coins and the blocks don't have any animations on the World 4 airship. That's a good way to know it's that airship.
5-7 is where Dustminion is right now. Paranoia's got a Fire Flower. Could try for the fire kill on Iggy, who has the wonkiest hitbox of all the Koopalings. So there's one hit. And going for 2. Not going for the fire kill, it looks like. There's 3. It's still not enough, as we know. There's the 4th hit. Here comes the final hit. Got him. Nice fight there for Paranoia.
Yeah, very nicely done. I'm surprised he didn't go for the fire kill, but at the same time, I guess he considered it might be too much of a risk to just eventually lose that if he got hit, especially since it was a 5-hit Iggy.
And especially with the terrain, because Iggy's terrain is not really the easiest to do a fire kill with.
We have Dustminion in the sky already. There is Lava Fort.
Yep, 5F2 now. And Leslie about ready to take on the World 4 airship, and there is a Hammer Bro in the water. That is not a pleasant feeling on Dr. J's side.
That was a boom.
Peach gives. Missed it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a Boomerang Bro, by the way, that killed him.
Oh. And Leslie...
Now that was an interesting way to hit that item block. I don't think I've seen that tactic done before.
Leslie's going to try to maybe get the fire kill, going for the combination here.
Not working. I think he's just going to finish at this point. No point taking the fire at this point.
Yep, and good fight there for Leslie, and is through to World 5. Paranoia done with 5-7. Now Dr. J at the World 4 airship. Here's the World 7 Hammer Bros screen. Had Hammer Brothers existed in World 7, gets a star. Back to the cards for Paranoia.
Dr. J is working his way through the airship right now. His Paranoia, as you said, is playing cards. Just matched the flowers. Got a second mismatch there, however, and finding the Hammer Brothers suit. It was the flowers or the Hammer Brothers suit?
Very nice. Yep, we did see that. Yep, a pair of Hammer Brothers suits for Paranoia. The Princess, it's a P-Wing that we get out of World 4 into World 5 now for Leslie Pro. Dr. J, though, having a little bit of trouble here with the Iggy fight, and we need a maximum 5 hits to take him down. And Dr. J just needs one more. Got him. 5F2 now for Paranoia, and Dustminion now in the World 5 airship, the first one of our runners to get there, where Roy Koopa's going away. We have one Earthquake Koopa off the board. Now, there can be only one because, you know, Lemmy could technically be designated as Earthquake, but you'll never see it.
And the odds of that have gone up because now there's a 50% chance that will be the case. And 3 hits on Roy, and Roy is no longer your boy.
Yep, and yeah, we're down to just Lemmy and Ludwig von Koopa as Leslie Pro. Now right behind Paranoia. They are both in 5F2.
Fire for it, as we like to call it.
Leslie taking this safe here, and that's why sometimes it's not a good idea to take it safe, but is going to get that mushroom right back. Here's the boom boom fight for Paranoia. We need one more hit. He's gone. 5-7 for Dr. J.
Dustminion is given an offer he cannot refuse, a letter.
And behind the letter, we had a fire flower from the princess.
And we had the random chain chomp head just going off the screen.
Yeah, the runaway chain chomp. I love that enemy.
Oh, we had nippers. That could have been one of our fire nippers.
Ooh, yeah. Now, Leslie not opting. Oh, and he uses a star, which is a great idea, but not landing any shots. All right, he got him.
Got him.
That could have been disastrous there. Well, as they always say, use a star, get a star.
Yep, got to start back. And Dr. J loses his footing. He slips into a nice hot lava bath.
Yeah, and already fall behind Dustminion. You can't afford to make a mistake like that in this stage of the game. Now Paranoia, first one to the airship. Leslie Pro using the P-Wing here on 5-6, which is not a bad idea considering the relative difficulty here. Let's see how many hits Roy is going to be. 2 hits. That's not enough. Oh, but loses the fire suit. It was 3.
Dustminion, meanwhile, finds... Yeah, it was 3. We saw that earlier. Dustminion is in Ice Fort right now, and the Ice Fort has one unique element in it. In that Boom Boom, when you go to the Boom Boom fight, it's going to jump straight up instead of jumping towards you.
Yeah, and Dustminion taking a big risk there, trying for the swag flying strats, and is successful. Dustminion going to get the Fire Flower now, which could enable a quick kill. We'll see what happens. But, ooh, nice dodging of the Disco Waffles there as Dr. J clears 5F2. Dustminion keeping the fire suit, should have no problem with this fight. Very close race now between Paranoia and Leslie Pro. Paranoia with a very small lead on Leslie. Anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, this is a very close race between all of our racers. Dr. J behind a little bit here, but not very much. He can still make this up.
Yeah, still anybody's game with World 6 and World 7 being gigantic mazes at times. You just never know. But Dr. J having to play it cool here in 5-6, and now we are at 6F1 for Dustminion as Leslie Pro takes down Roy. He'll be moving on to World 6. Paranoia completes his set of cards up to 5 extra lives.
And he does go to play more cards himself. He could find another hammer here behind another mushroom. I forget what the star was.
Paranoia looking for the 20, but there's no match. Paranoia having some trouble remembering where the cards were, and again, no match.
And it's worth knowing as well that the patterns are different for all of the runners here.
True, however, it is conceivable. I think it's like a 1 in 64 chance, but it is conceivable that both runners could get the same pattern, because I believe there's 8 card patterns, but they are different than the ones you're used to in the vanilla game.
Correct. Every randomized seed has different patterns that are preconceived for you. It's just a matter of which of those 8 patterns you get. It is possible that 2 runners could share a pattern. There's pretty much between 4 runners, there's a possibility for 4 out of the 8 different patterns.
Oh, and there is the Fire Nipper getting Dr. J, but Dr. J making a mistake here. Doesn't need to play the tower.
Yeah, this is not a good thing to happen here.
Yeah, you hate to see it, folks. Here's Leslie Pro in 6F2. Paranoid just cleared 6F2, the Ice Fort. And Leslie trying to do the same swag. We've seen 3 players do it, and all 3 have been successful.
Dr. J taking a death, and why does he not have a cloud to get past this?
You don't need a cloud. It's not a required stage.
Oh, no!
I wonder if Dr. J didn't know about that. It's not required. You could just go right through. Yeah, 1 in 8 chance both racers get the same pattern, not a 1 in 64. It's 1 in 64 that they get a specific pattern.
Now, if he completes the stage here, this will take him somewhere else in the world.
Yeah, you're right. So Leslie done with the fort here. Paranoia is now going to take on 6F1, and Dustminion takes care of Lemmy. I didn't see how many hit points he had. Don't tell me it was a shrimp again.
Oh, fire nipper in the fort.
Yeah, it's the same fire nipper that got Dr. J before, and yeah, Dustminion pulling away here late. You hate to see it, folks.
All courtesy of playing a fort he doesn't need to play.
Yep. And Paranoia will have a shot to get the quick kill if Paranoia can hurry up, and there it is!
Leslie Pro, meanwhile, going through the fort, and he's right behind It's Paranoia.
Yep, still very close. There's a star now. But here is the dreaded 6-5. We haven't seen... I don't even know if we've seen any Jugum clouds. Ooh, we have the way out. It's a quick World 7.
Dr. J down to his last life, by the way.
Second to last life. Life 0 counts
Oh,
as
it's
well.
0 counts? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but it's not looking good for Dr. J, that's for sure.
No.
Meanwhile, Leslie Pro decision time.
Oh!
Oh, that is brutal. And rather than playing 6-5, Leslie Pro's opted to play the carpet for it. Interesting choice here.
Now let's see if Paranoia can make this on the second trip. He may not know about the clip here.
Ludwig von Koopa's a one-hitter. Wow.
We lost our tail again, and I think he's just going to go ahead and take the loss of life and use a cloud here. I don't think he wants to play this one anymore. Or he's just going to take the fort, actually.
Those are some good dodges, but now we have to deal with not one, not two, but 3 hotfoots, and 2 are the crazy punch-drunk variety. One of them's the normal Boo Diddley actor.
So Dr. J has just found his way to the ground.
Yeah, and
now he's realizing he could have done this.
Yeah, that, you hate to see it. And with this, Leslie Pro now in the lead. This is huge because Leslie Pro looking for his first win, try to keep his hopes alive here. So right now, Leslie Pro, the first one to the World 6 airship, going to use a P-Wing. This is World 8.
My God, these hot feet! Oh, they were just the random, I don't care if you're looking at me, I'm going to do what I want to do kind.
Exactly, and how many bridges is it going to take? Well, we've seen 2 locks, so it's either going to be 0, 1, or 2. 0 looks like it could be a thing. Okay, time to see how strong Lemmy is. It's 3 hits. 4 hits. Jumbo Shrimp Lemmy. The law of averages kicking in. Oh, Leslie almost bit the dust there on that one, but
nearly.
Close call.
That would have been another lead change back to It's Paranoia if that was the case. So this is remaining very close.
And indeed it is remaining very close. Dustminion taking down the Boom Boom here. This was the Super Tanks level that he's just completed. Hoping that it builds a bridge if a bridge is required. Paranoia's going to need those same 5 hits.
It looks like Leslie Pro has viewed the updated terms and conditions.
Right you are there. Let's see if this takes us to Bowser's Castle. No. So there's the other 2 levels, the Navy and the Air Force stages. Does this take us? 1 bridge required and a hand stage blocking the way as well. So if you said 1 bridge, you were correct.
Meanwhile, Paranoia had to be a little patient, got through Lemmy, and I didn't even realize we got through World 7 so fast. What was going on there?
World 7 had fast path to the end and using the hammer to break the lock. And using the music box as well.
That was the fastest World 7 I've ever seen. I didn't even see it.
Don't blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. J not opting for flying. Leslie Pro here in World 7. Doesn't look like he's got any music boxes, so he's going to have to play the Piranha stage, but he's going to equip the star to make things much more easier. This is a short one, so that Angry Sun's not going to be in play.
Dustman, you found a star, by the way. We're going to have another bro.
Wow, another one. This could be the record for most bros in a 4-way race. This is amazing.
Paranoia having trouble with the Piran plant here, and there's a death.
7-2 and getting taken down by the Fire Piranha. Now, Leslie Pro is behind, though. Paranoia is in the lead.
Why did he take the pipe?
Does he not have a hammer? He does. He's back in the lead. And there is the bridge built for Dustminion. He is the first to enter Bowser's Castle. Dustminion looks to be well on his way to his second victory.
And he's going to take the ledge. He's not going to try and do the clip here. Just going to go through this one. Misses the hot foot, but does manage to survive with the hammer suit still intact.
Yeah, this is just one of those situations where Leslie took one path, the other runners took... See, that's why Leslie fell behind. Took the wrong pipe, the others took the right pipe, and now Paranoia, got too high, and the wand slips right through Paranoia's fingers. Taking the top path, trying to hold on to the Hammer Bros suit, but there's a lot of fireballs, and will that last laser fire on him? We're gonna fight. Whoa!
I know, dude. That's a bad fireball pattern. Oh my!
Yeah, it was either get hit or fall into the lava. That's a tough one for Dustminion. Has another suit, but maybe he might consider taking the bottom path this time around. It's ugly.
Maybe he'll try and juke out the fireballs a little bit.
Well, he knows what he has seen. But Paranoia, the first one to the World 8 here. Leslie is now not terribly behind, but yeah, that one decision right there could enable Paranoia to take a win here.
We just saw Reese. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, we did recently see an All-Stars race on this channel recently where loss of Hammer Brothers who did cause a decision in the factor of the race, or a fire flower. It did cause a change in how the race ended up. I don't think we're going to get that in this case. I think Dustminion is fine, but he is very leery about losing that Hammer Brothers suit.
Yep, and try to take down the sideways swamp, is able to do so. Leslie clears Ludwig von Koopa, will be moving on to World 8. Not too terribly far behind. World 8 is the great equalizer after all.
Okay, the first statue did fire, and no other statues have fired so far. He was being very cautious.
And here come the fireballs. We'll see how they spawn. So far, very favorable. But the laser, no laser. So here we go, folks. Hi, Bowser. And
bye, Bowser.
Bye, Bowser. Get your GGs out for Dustminion. He takes game number 1 over Dr. J. Ooh, Paranoia getting grabbed by the hand stage and takes the fall. Now going to take on the World 8 fort.
Now, Dustminion has now crossed the line with an official SRL time 35 minutes and 32 seconds, but while Dustminion has finished the first race, we still have a very close race on the left between our other two runners.
Yeah, you're right about that, and that's a big win there for Dustminion. Dustminion now goes to 2-3. Dr. J moves to 0-3. So next race is going to be a must-win for Dr. J, and Dr. J had a chance there. They were neck and neck through the first half of the game, but then a few mishaps and playing the tower led to the demise of Dr. J in this one.
Oh, and it's Paranoia going for the single cycle. Doesn't get it. Has to hit another cycle. He will try and do the clip here, I think it looks like. Notice going to take the Starman, and he's going to have to... he might want to wait to grab that Starman, because now he might not get the bro situation here.
Right. Nope. No, too late. Leslie taking on the Air Force, takes down Boom Boom. Dr. J on his way to World 7. Now let's see if we remember this correctly. Was the World 8 fort the one that built the bridge? If so, well, Paranoia getting grabbed by the hand. And, ooh, Leslie gonna play the World 8 fort also, and Paranoia taking the fall there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but does get through the hand stage this time.
Looked like it might have just been an accidental jump too far, or not trying to go too far, but gets past and no hand stage here.
Paranoia, it was the World 8 fort, so Paranoia in the catbird seat. If Paranoia wins, Paranoia clinches, no worse than a tiebreaker. And if Paranoia were to win the next game, Paranoia advances to the bracket stages. He'll be 4-2.
So either way, this is going to be a big matchup coming up for It's Paranoia if he does manage to get the win here.
You're right. Paranoia having some trouble with the clip, but does get it. We'll see if Paranoia takes the top path or is going to try for the clip. It would behoove Paranoia. No, not going to try. I was going to say it would behoove Paranoia to try it.
Let's see how he does with these fireballs. The fireball pattern here, remember, is nasty.
Paranoia's probably going to gets hit there. Oh, using the donut lift to Paranoia's advantage, so here's Bowser.
And this time we get to say more of a, here's Bowser.
There you are, yep. Now, Leslie Pro gonna be on his way, I do believe, to the Bowser Castle as well, but forgot which pipe it was. However, I think it's gonna be too little too late. And sees that the bridge is built. But gets
Dustminion has temporarily joined us in chat and said he hoped the audience enjoyed his World 1.
And Leslie does get through the hand stage, but too late. Paranoia is going to be the winner of the first race and go to 3-2. Get your GGs out for Paranoia.
And we'll have his time in a moment. Looks like Leslie Pro is just entering Bowser's Castle right now, just as his Paranoia leaves.
Boy, I tell you, just an absolutely, positively brutal break for Leslie Pro. Leslie Pro had the lead going into World 7. The 50-50 chance picked one pipe. It was the wrong pipe. And that decision, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a coin flip. Unfortunately, the coin didn't turn up his way, and it cost Leslie Pro the race.
And the first round's all time, 39 minutes and 1 second. And we do have our two runners on the bottom who are both going to still have the option to finish the seed. And it looks like they are both going to do that.
And Leslie Pro is going to be able to finish this. Does get the clip on the first try with the validation 1-up intact. Yeah, Leslie Pro played very, very well, but that one decision ended up being the difference. Oh, Leslie Pro going to try for the clip.
We have a clip.
Second try. Very impressive. Man, what could have been for Leslie Pro 04. He'll have another chance in game number 2, but now his back is going to be firmly against the wall. He has to win. Here is the Bowser fight. Hi, Bowser, and bye, Bowser.
Hello, goodbye. Is it me you are not looking for?
Right, you are there. Get your GGs out for Leslie Pro. Put up a very valiant effort, and I think game number 2 between all 4 of these runners, it's going to be close again.
It's going to be a good one, I think.
Yep,
40 minutes and 17 seconds.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it looks like Dr. J has fallen into the same trap that Leslie Pro fell into, the 50-50, and picked the wrong 50.
Leslie Pro mentioning in his comment that too many mistakes made in that one.
Yeah. To me, I think he only made one mistake, and that was in World 7. And it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't really a mistake on his part. It was just misfortune rather than a mistake.
I agree. And Dr. J is working on 7-2, I believe that is right now.
Absolutely here. Yep, has 2 mushrooms to his name. You have 7-2, which is the last level where you can get a white mushroom house in the vanilla game, but it is easily the hardest one to get one because in order to get it, you have to be Frog Mario. Why? Because the water area, there's a P-switch, and there's a lot of coins to be grabbed, and the only way you can get it on time is if you are wearing a frog suit.
There's an angry sun in the lower part of 7-2. I'm just seeing that now.
Yeah. So Dr. J going to be in for a nice little surprise when he emerges from that pipe.
May or may not be a good surprise.
No. I tell you, both of these races have been very competitive, and I expect to see more of the same in game number 2, Cyclone.
I completely agree. This is going to be a really good matchup between all of these runners. Looking at the 4 runners as a whole, there was lead change. There were places where It's Paranoia was leading for a while. Then Dustminion took the lead. Leslie Pro briefly had a lead over It's Paranoia. The lead was changing all over the place. So yeah, I expect the much more random one to be great.
Which actually Dr. J kind of needed down to just 1 extra life. Now it has 3 extra lives.
Yeah, he needed the lives after the misadventures in the tower.
Yeah. Now why is he taking this? Maybe he doesn't have a hammer. Oh, there's the pipe with the view, as my friend Crazy Dude likes to call it.
The dead end, and he doesn't have a note block either, I don't think. Maybe he doesn't want to play the Piranha stage.
Well, it would probably behoove him to play it anyways, but
yeah, he must
have no hammers. He must have no hammers. But Dr. J going the wrong way. You got to grab the P-switch and go into that door because remember, there's never going to be a leaf. It's always going to be a fire flower.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe he's not 100% certain of how the this particular fort works.
Yeah, that could be. Because, yeah, most power-ups are indeed randomized, which I can understand where Dr. J is going with that decision. This is one of the exceptions.
Now he's at the right pipe.
Yep, Fort Knox with all the gold just has to wait for the P-switch effects to wear off, and there's the coins, there's the Tanuki suit.
And now he can go up that pipe and return to the main room.
Yep, definitely here. And hoping that this is going to be the one that breaks the lock and not 7F2.
We're going to find out in a moment here as he's about to fly into the pipe. Just missed it and asked to do it again.
Yep, missed again. You hate to see it. The two-cycle of shame, as it were. There we go. All right, here's the boom boom fight. There's 1 and 2 and 3.
So he still has another world to go here, and I'm actually curious how long World 8 will take him here. It was a pretty fast World 8, though, wasn't it?
Relatively fast. I mean, I've seen faster World 8s, and I've definitely seen slower World 8s. So, yeah, that was definitely on the faster side. I have to agree with you on that one.
I mean, last time you and I did a call, I think we had
a full clear.
4, possibly all 5 full clear World 8. So compared to what we saw there, this was really, really light.
Well, good news for Dr. J. That was the fort that broke the lock. So now just has to clear this, which he does, and picks up a star.
So now he's going to get through the World 7 airship, and this is one of the probably the hardest of the airships. Makes sense, being the last of them, because there are a lot of jumps that, with the auto scroller on, can be a little taxing, a little testing. Maybe you have to be expected to ride the screws to survive a little bit, to wait for the auto scroll, but without the auto scroll, you can just go and make the jump.
Yep, because you definitely couldn't do that under the normal game, and Dr. J taking it out on Rocky Wrench.
And wooden windows. And I think he's the earthquake one, and that was a one hit.
Yeah, funny thing about this one, yeah, we had no 4 hitters. It was all 1, 3, 5, and I think we had the 1, 2 hitter at the beginning. Yes, we did. A little known fact in the randomizer, Bowser does give an item in his letter, which is not the case in the vanilla game, but you can't figure out what that item is unless you check your inventory.
And will he check? Let's find out. Wouldn't it be funny if it was a hammer right now?
Yeah, just to spite him, right? Because the game.
Hey, here's the hammer you needed.
Right now, going to play the super tank stage, which is going to break one of the locks. It is not going to build the bridge, however. Remember, that was the World 8 fort. Using the P-speed to just blaze through the super tanks here. Here comes the boom boom fight.
And that's 1, 2, and bye, boom boom.
Yep, another boom boom in the books. Dr. J will move on.
And on to pipe testing. And there's the lock can bridge.
Yep, we now know that Super Tanks breaks that lock on this screen right here. Ooh, not is going to check it. Is going to see Bowser's Castle and is going to see that 1 bridge is required. He stays on the dark screen like that. This could be a fast World 8 for Dr. J.
And hopefully it is.
And
he gets given a hand.
That hand has been grabbing everybody tonight.
That's a very needy hand.
At least it's the easiest of the 3 with all the coins. I don't think any hand stages were completed, so we're actually going to find out I take that back.
Star.
There was a hand stage complete. It was a star. I just didn't pay attention to what the item was. Because that's right. There was one completion. That's right.
He finds the fort and goes back and checks the other pipe.
Ooh. Wants no part of the World 8 fort, and little does he know he has to play
Yeah,
it.
that is the solution.
I mean, I get it. World 8 fort is not the most pleasant fort in the world. I'd still take it over 7F2 personally, but yeah, you got to play it, buddy.
The way that I would look at it is if you come upon something that can possibly break a lock or build a bridge, you play it in World 8 until you know that you've gotten what you need.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to play the shorter stages. I mean, you can't fault him for trying to do that, but yeah, he's going to realize in short order he's going to have to play the World 8 fort whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, World 8 fort is necessary here.
Now remember, coming up next, we have the second flag set where we're going to be shuffling things up. The worlds are going to be shuffled, the levels are going to be shuffled, and and getting not a very friendly hand from that Rocky Wrench.
Not a very friendly wrench either.
No. So the levels are going to be shuffled up. We talked about the worlds being shuffled up, and we're going to introduce beta stages as well.
You mean we might get to go to Atlantis?
It's a possibility.
I love Atlantis.
Well, who doesn't?
As a viewer.
As a viewer, right. Of course, the best case scenario for us Schadenfreude commentators or spectators on Twitch and YouTube, for that matter, is that the first level is Atlantis and it's unavoidable.
Yeah, that is just painful.
Plenty of worse stages, but it's just slow as molasses.
And Dr. J being very, very careful with that Boom Boom fight. Apparently didn't want to lose his tail.
Yeah, he's going to need it for the upcoming World 8 fort, but he's going to go to the Navy next, I would imagine. Let's see.
He found, I think that was 8-1.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to play 8-1 either. So I think he's going to go to the fort next.
He's back at the starting screen.
Yeah, to me...
Yeah, he's heading to the fort.
Yeah, it's a slam dunk. He wants no part of 8-1. I mean, having a tail makes it easier. Having a P-Wing makes it free, but I don't think he has any more P-Wings left. Or, no, he is going to... This is the thing. This is the thing, Cyclone. I always tell runners, be decisive. You can't be doing that. If this is a closer race, yeah, he was doing a check to see if that built the bridge.
You want to see the bridge.
Yeah, but you got to be more decisive than that. At least.
Oh, he's going back.
Oh, he wants no part of that World 8 fort. Ugh.
He doesn't want 8-1 either, but he might go and play 8-1 over playing the fort.
I think he'd rather play 8-1. I mean, yeah, he's got the tail, so he's gonna, he's gonna be able to do the first part just fine, but he's still gonna have to earn it in the second part.
He's checking ahead bridge.
No, that's the army.
Time to clear the tanks.
Well, he's going to take it, but I think he should know by now that the tanks does not unlock a lock or build a bridge. This is treated as a normal stage.
So he's getting to the end part. Here's the big cannon, the big guns.
Yeah, that was a pretty well-played army stage. He does have to take care of this. Well, the double knockout there, but no matter. Going to get a anchor, which we still don't know what it is.
I still want to see Frog. Oh, hand stage for the win.
This will be the other hand stage, just the cheap one, because we never saw that on either side.
And Starman, of course, at the end.
Yep.
This is a stage that can be annoying as well because you go and make a jump and then the cheap shows up and screws up your jump.
Oh, we did actually get a view on the anchor. It is a P-Wing.
Oh, very good to know. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but we have the most wonderful chat in the world in the Twitch chat cracking that case for us. And
of course, if you are in the Twitch chat watching, we do want to thank you for joining us live to watch this matchup between this Paranoia, Leslie Pro, Dustminion, and drjayphd. Make sure you do stay tuned for game number 2 coming up next. And those of you who are watching on YouTube, we do have a playlist of all the races for this tournament on our SpeedGaming channel. Make sure you check out the rest of the playlist as well if you are here on YouTube.
Let's see if now Dr. J is going to play the fort, and this is the right move.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, a question in chat was asked about forfeits. Forfeit is a 2-hour penalty, which doesn't really mean anything in terms of ties for records, but in terms of getting seeded, if you make it to the bracket stages, your time is the tiebreaker to determine if you have a higher seed than your fellow competitors.
And it looks like Dr. J maybe not liking the door, maybe not 100% familiar with the door patterns here, which is why he didn't want to play this fort.
Yeah, either that or wanted to just reset the screen.
Maybe.
Down to Small American. Oh, no.
Doesn't get to the... Oh, my.
Doesn't get to the door or to the coin, so now going to have to get past Swamp twice. But is able to get so successfully. And not even...
Doesn't take a power up.
Nope. Thinks he can do it as small. Let's see if it works out. There's 1. There's 2. And got him. Nice job.
Leslie Pro is just doing some practicing right now as he waits for Dr. J to finish.
It looks like he's doing some vanilla practicing. And when we do commentary, it's always nice to see bonus coverage from the runners.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is, but he was flying a small Mario, so it looks like it might be a little bit of a hack, too.
Well, it's what he just did there. That's great in golf, but not so great in this game. Using the star to his advantage. Dr. J gets through the hand stage. We'll get another star, and he's going to be on his way. Unless he decides to play the Navy stage, he'll be on his way to Bowser's Castle. Actually, that was the Bowser's Castle. Here we go.
Yeah. So we're finally going to get to see a finish from Dr. J here. He just has to get through Bowser's Castle cleanly. Doesn't have... Did he use all of his hammer suits?
No, he had hammer suits in his inventory. I don't know why he didn't use it.
Yeah, I would have used one here just to make sure you have a couple of hits.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised. Guess he wants to do the hard way.
On top of that, yeah, you can't use the clip over the from the one-up block here. You have to go down the stairs. Oh!
That was close.
That was.
I'll tell you what, I applaud Dr. J for playing it the square and straight way, or however you want to call it. The terminology. He wants to play this one square. The way it's supposed to be played. No Hammer Brothers suit.
Well, if he wants to play it square, he's going to have a hard time with the fireballs here.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
Well, maybe being small. Oh, falls in the lava.
Oh, he had a good shot at getting through that, but got a little bit too far left. Now sees the Hammer Brothers suit and going to use it, but not going to use the stars.
Well, you can run out of these missions with P-Speed, so...
Yeah, not that it matters too terribly much, but even I would have used a star there because sometimes you still get hit by those lasers. Why? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I usually don't find a problem with the lasers, but once in a while they just like to be stupid. This is a random hotfoot.
Yep.
Oh, Disco Waffle says no.
Dr. J being a little bit too quick there. Yeah, you gotta show some patience. You gotta respect it. As my friend Aqua says, you gotta respect it.
And to be fair, that's one that you want to make sure you respect if you can, because missing that means you're going to lose at least another 30, 45 seconds on Bowser easily for all the jumps he has to make, instead of just being able to hammer him down.
And remember, there's quite the barrage in the middle here.
Now, he knows that there's a fireball at that level, and yep, that didn't work. Now, can he manage this? He can. Uses the donut to his advantage. Very nice. And he's through. He just has to survive the fight now.
All right, for the final time in Game 1, here's Bowser.
Jump over fireball. He's going to do this the normal way. He's not going to hide in Bowser's feet.
Yep, playing the fair and square way, yes. The old straight shooter. So we'll see if this works out here for Dr. J. Of course, the only part of Bowser's hitbox that counts is the head.
What happened there?
Well, Dr. J jumped too quickly. So Bowser didn't land on where Dr. J wanted him to land.
He needs to get Bowser as far away as possible. There we go. Now he's in there.
All right.
I'd go hide over at the door at this point.
Well, I would too. If he's not going to play the hitbox game. All right, now has a shot here, but it has to stay out of the line of fire.
Yeah, this can be dangerous. Oh, he somehow gets that.
Very well done. Get your GGs out for Dr. J. That was a really nice traditional kill right there, and he will finish this race, but don't go away, folks. We have game number 2 coming up, and the implications are about to get bigger for all 4 of these runners.
Let's just confirm the official roster all time. It was 58 minutes and 30 seconds, and that does conclude the first of the 4 seeds. We are going to go ahead and step aside for a moment, so make sure, everyone, you do stay tuned. We do have more exciting action between these 4 runners coming up. Match number 2 of It's Paranoia, Leslie Pro, Dustminion, and Dr. J PhD coming up right here on Speed Gaming right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for game number 2 between It's Paranoia and Leslie Pro, Group F, and Dustminion and drjayphd in Group D, here in the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer Tournament. For those joining us in the last little while, I'm Cyclone. I'm joined by LZ Cards Fan. LZ Cards Fan, if you want to synopsize that first race, how would you describe that race and the implications that are caused by it?
Very competitive between Paranoia and Leslie Pro. Leslie Pro is just one decision away from taking his first win away from Paranoia, and that really would have improved Leslie's chances of making it to the bracket stages. But now Leslie Pro's back is firmly against the wall. This is a must-win for Leslie Pro. If Leslie Pro does not win, not only is he eliminated, but Paranoia will be the second representative in Paranoia's group to make it to the bracket stages. Now on the right side, Dustminion versus Dr. J. Dr. J must win to keep his hopes of making it to the bracket stages alive. If he does so, then we could have a potential of a 3-way tie playoff in that group. If Dustminion wins, he guarantees himself no worse than a second-place tie. So he guarantees himself, at the very worst, a playoff. And that would force Zodiac Dread to sweep his series against Dr. J. So now, with that said, it's flag set 2. People in chat predict what world we're going to start in.
Well, we already know it's World 4.
Yeah, 4. Paradox was right. So let's go. We're starting with the fort, and it's 6F3, the carpet fort.
And carpet fort, not one of the most fun forts. At least it's not Piranha Fort.
Yeah, not the best to start for Leslie Pro. Paranoia picking up a star, gonna blaze through a good chunk of this, but this part right here, very tough small end. There's the Disco Waffles doing Disco Waffle things, and this being the first level, that's nasty. But Dustminion and Dr. Oh, I was just about to say Dr. J got through the tough part, but couldn't get past the easier part. I should say.
So he's going to give it another try here. We're going to see. We have to find out, obviously, whether this will be the key to the world. We don't know yet if another fort's going to be needed in this world.
Could be. There could be 1 fort. There could be 2 fort. There could be 3 fort.
Oh!
Whew!
Dr. J getting hit by another boo.
Yeah, that's brutal. Leslie Pro does manage to get past the fort. Let's see. Here is 8-2. We didn't see that in the last race. That does not build the bridge. It broke a lock.
And it looks like Dustminion is taking the under sand route.
Yeah, going to pick up the power-up on the left pipe. The right pipe has a whole bunch of coins, but when you're small, yeah, you're always going to take the left pipe.
And it looks like just a mushroom in the left pipe.
Better than a 1-up.
Yep. Or a star.
Well, star in small is not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, you want to see that mushroom. Dustminion gets through the chasm, and we'll move on to the next level. Dr. J this time does not get hit by anything as Leslie Pro makes his way to, has a little bit of a lead right now in Paranoia. Very close. Paranoia also going to take the quicksand here. Going to go for the long jump. Got it.
He got it. And it's Paranoia, by the way, found a cloud, so we already have cloud strats possibly coming into play.
Oh, boy. Was that behind a Hammer Brothers screen?
It was. It was.
Okay. Now we have the World 8-4. Well, you thought this was fun the first time. Well, guess what? It's back.
Oh, my. And this is a very early one, too, so we don't have a lot of resources to work with for it.
Yep. Leslie Pro gets his Jugum Cloud from the Hammer Bros stage, and Paranoia also makes the long jump.
Yeah, Paranoia to the long jump. Dustminion was being a little bit more cautious. He took his time when he did it. We're going to see if Dr. J goes for it. We found a sun.
Oh, Vanilla Sun. Oh, and that's why sometimes you want to take that quicksand, because Angry Sun could make now, and it's a hole-in-one for Dr. J. Dustminion takes down the Boom Boom in World 8. That should build our bridge unless we had a third fort. I don't think so. I think that's going to build the bridge.
And there's that cloud for Dr. JayPhd.
Oh, nasty screen.
I think Dustminion's about to get the same cloud.
Yes. Right you are. There's the Jugum Cloud. Dr. J, ooh, yeah, this time gonna take the same. He doesn't want to deal with that Angry Sun again. Paranoia, on the other hand, in the World 8 fort, in the lead, but not by much. Leslie's gonna get a star, but as Big Mario, unless you can do the clip, that's not really gonna do you much good.
Oh, you got it.
There it is.
He doesn't get through Invincible, unfortunately. He could have grabbed the power-up again if he wanted to, though.
Could have. That might have maybe giving Leslie Pro a chance. And now here's the same screen. This is a different Boomerang Brother, so we have a different prize, and it's a P-Wing.
Dr. J taking attempt number 3 at 8-2, attempt number 2 at the sand.
Here's the World 3 airship. Iggy Koopa is going to await with his crazy hitbox, and taking the right path, which has the coins. Thinks he can do it small. We'll see if that is the case.
One hit,
hitter.
Iggy.
That's what you like to see with Iggy. There's the Jugen Cloud for Paranoia.
And this Paranoia grabbing the leaf just in time, so he gets to leave with raccoon ears.
By the way, that's 2 Jugen Clouds. 2 Jugen Clouds here.
And the leaf is lost, but he gets another one.
Well, Leslie in some trouble here, but again, good news is Iggy is just a one-hitter. Let's see what item our princess gives Dustminion. It's going to be...
Nothing.
Missed it.
Missed it.
Yeah, nothing. Good day, sir.
You win. You get nothing.
Well, here is the stage where you can all be all you can be. It's the army for Dustminion. As we have simultaneous wand grabs by Leslie Pro and Paranoia. You want a neck-and-neck situation to start things off. That's about as good as it gets.
And Leslie Pro just slightly ahead, but very, very minimal. We still have 7 worlds to go, so still a lot of work to do here. They call me the Wanderer. They call me the Wanderer.
They call me the Wanderer. Yeah, the Wanderer. I go around, around, around. That's a great Dion song.
P-Wing.
And the item, P-Wing. There's a Fire Flower for Dustminion, clearing the army stage.
Looks like Dr. J might have had a game over at one point there.
Yep, and Dr. J, unfortunately, has to do this part again, and he's going to have to go through Thwomp twice.
Well, thankfully he got back on the recoil the first time, so it wasn't too bad for him. Just has to do the boom boom fight now.
Yep. So Leslie and It's Paranoia both in the same stage, but this is going to be brutal kind of for Leslie Pro. Has to do this small... Wow! Just before the sledgehammer bro could get the hammer off, Leslie Pro takes him down. Paranoia likewise. That was a close call.
That was clutch. Now we're playing cards on Paranoia's side, so he's going to lose a little bit of time to Leslie Pro right now, who may play cards later.
Indeed. Dr. J back into 8-2. I think that was a game over.
Might have been.
Doing the math, it had to be. Oh, that's... You hate to see it, folks. 2 P-Wings for Dustminion. Here is the World 1 fort. We'll see... Well, no chance of getting the item now with that star. That eliminated that hope.
Finds a mushroom.
Yep, that'll help. Could have tried to do a clip there, but it's rather difficult to do, so just gonna do it the traditional way.
Ooh, Hammer Brother right out of the pipe.
Very nicely done there, and Leslie Pro gonna use the hammer to skip the riffraff and go to the pyramid stage, which happens to be 6-9.
Oh,
he's trying to
boy.
clip. He's trying to Walter. He did try it once. Now he's gonna play it. I don't blame him for trying it once. This is a nasty level.
And there's Big Bertha.
Not quite as nasty as 6-6, but it's up there.
Yeah, this 6-6 and 6-9, they're pretty close to being awful levels together. This one, at least you can get out of the water and go up top for a while. 6-6, you're pretty much along a linear path.
Yeah, 6-9. If you can keep the fire suit, it's not bad, but you still have to deal with those pesky shooting fireball piranhas as Dr. J takes down Iggy Koopa, moving on to World 2. Ooh, Fire Bros for Dustminion. This could get a little dicey, you know? No matter how they are down.
Don't need the Starman anymore. We're going to get a cloud for him. That's like 3 clouds we've already seen.
Yep. And Leslie using the mushroom to take down the Fire Bros. There's that Jugum cloud that you mentioned.
Oh, look at that. We got our commands from Dr. J.
Yeah, if you're a subscriber to Nest Cardinale, let's see those commands. P-Wing for Dr. J in World 2. There's a Jugum for Paranoia. Dustminion and Leslie Pro simultaneously on the World 2 airship, which happens to be the World 7 airship. Where we're going going to have the salty Morton Koopa, who wasn't very salty in game number 1. We'll see if Bowser decided to give him a little bit more sodium. Leslie, the first one to the fight. Let's see. 1 hit. That's not enough. And Earthquake. Extra salt for him. There's 3 hits. Super salty Morton. 4 hit Earthquake. Super salty.
Martin dug into the pizza pops between races. He got his fill of sodium for this one.
Oh, he certainly did there, Cyclone. And Leslie Pro, the first one of all 4 runners to beat World 2. Now, Paranoia, I want to say Paranoia still has the hammer, so is still in the running. So it looks like a lead for Leslie Pro, and it is. But if Paranoia still has the hammer, and again, I don't know, then it's still anybody's game at this point. Let's see what the item's going to be.
So Leslie Pro and Dustminion are both finished the fight, and they are both in the lead respectively in each of their respective matches. This is an important game for Leslie Pro because he needs to get this win to keep Group F interesting at this point.
Yep, it would force Paranoia to get one more win. That's for sure. Or it would, if Leslie Pro were to win both games, that would force the tie. So, in any event, it was, by the way, a Hammer Brothers student. There's the way out this time, but unfortunately, we needed to build something.
Oh, that Sludge Brother just jumped a moon jump.
Yeah, not just salty, but a moon jumper as well. So, I mean, extra super salty. Yeah, he had all the McDonald's fries or whatever.
I was talking about the Sludge Brother on Dustminion side.
Oh, okay. Oh, and getting picked off by the fireball.
Oh! The secret item is an anchor.
Wow! So that was 1-3. So, yeah, see, that's the thing. The hammer came in handy for Leslie Pro in World 2, but now isn't going to have the hammer for World 7. And again, I don't know if Paranoia has the hammer or not, but Paranoia has the hammer. We could see a lead change here. We got a Hammer Brothers suit as the item for the princess here.
There's another one for Leslie Pro.
Wow, what a break for Leslie Pro. Now it doesn't even have to play that fort, just needs to go back to the island, but we are going to have a lead change because Paranoia kept the hammer. So here's the World 1 airship for World 7 on Dustminion's side. And we have Boss Bass digging into Dr. J, so there's another meal on the table for Boss Bass.
And Paranoia gets the Starman from the other Piranha Plant stage.
Yep, so right now, Paranoia is not going to get another hammer. So now these runners are level pegging in hammers. They both have 0 hammers. So the lead that Paranoia right now has is a real lead, but it's not much of one.
Yeah, because Leslie Pro is right behind him coming up to the airship right now. Let's remember, it was only about a minute apart between these runners in the first race. They were not too far apart.
Dustminion takes down Luddy.
Ouch! Oh!
Paranoia shorts the jump, and Leslie Pro back in the lead. Let's see what the item is for World 3. 2 hits. 2 hits is not enough. 3 hits
3
was enough. Oh yeah, we won't know what the item is unless they check their inventory, because it's Bowser's letter.
We'll have to keep an eye out to see if someone does check their inventory at some point so we can see what that is.
Alright, so 3 hits is needed to take down Luddy. There's 2 hits for Paranoia, and the 3rd.
There's a card game for Dr. J. A vodka martini, shaken not stirred.
Yep, the good old phrase that James Bond would say.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Here's 7-4, another one of those levels where the auto-scroller is turned off, making this a much more palatable level than it is in the vanilla game.
Yeah, this is a level I did not like when I was a kid.
Neither did I. I think I always clouded it. I hated this one so much. 7-4, 7-8, 5-9, World 8 fort, World 7 F2 fort. I hated them all.
And I don't think we get that many clouds in the game either.
No, not that many clouds. You're right. So Leslie Pro at Big Mario right now, gonna get a star, which should help him. Well,
Tries to get away from him and it's trying to get away.
Star is acting like Sprite would in Zelda 1 and using the star to take down the that Lotus. Very nice.
Nothing can kill that Lotus except the star, and he did it.
Yep, that's right. So now Dustminion's gonna try to fly, but guess what? It's just a ceiling. You gotta play the chomper run, whether you like it or not. 7-7.
And he didn't grab the Starman. I don't know why he's... Is he clouding it?
Taking the intentional fine here. Yeah, I think Dustminion's going to cloud this and go right to the pipe. This looks like a cloud. Yep, going to skip the Piranha run, and we're going to go ahead and go down the pipe. Leslie Pro in the Piranha run right now and doing well at this point.
I think it's called Muncher Run.
Yeah, Muncher run.
Loses time. He's going to have to...
Yeah, no one cycle. That's fine, though. It's a safe play. No harm done. Leslie Pro is through to the cards now for Paranoia. Has found 3 matches, the flowers, and the 20 coins as well. 4 matches there, not bad.
I saw a frog
There's
suit.
the frog. There's finally a frog suit.
Ribbit.
Dr. J gets through the salty Morton Koopa. We'll be moving on to World 3. And here is one of the beta stages. First one on the docket is the 5F3, or not 5F3, it's no 5F3, it's just 5-3, 5-3 beta.
Well, he got that star right away on Paranoia's screen. He lost a little space on that jump. He might lose his power up here. He's definitely going to lose his power up here.
Yeah.
He has to be very careful.
Yeah,
got him.
Got it, though. Should be able to clear the rest of the way. Yeah, no problem. Dustminion, meanwhile, seeing all kinds of these... What are they? Michael Jackson cheaps? They're doing the moonwalk. The moon swim.
I'm not sure what the name of them is, actually, but they are definitely a more thorny cousin of the others.
Yeah, the spiky cheaps. I'm sure there's a name for it. Another beta stage. The waterfall, the 7-6 beta. Paranoia. No, in trouble now.
Yes, time to jump here. You can get it. There it is.
Nice job, man. The prize is going to be a mushroom.
Almost doesn't seem worth it.
Now, Dustminion is in the tower. Looks like tower's required this time. And another hammer. We had seen that earlier.
Ooh, Sludge Brother. And there's a P-Wing for its Paranoia.
Dr. J gonna play the fort. It's 3F2. Now, if that breaks the lock, he'll have an extra hammer to use. So we'll see if that comes into play as Paranoia.
Beta stage.
Yep. That's the 7-6 beta, the waterfall. We had just seen that on Leslie's screen. And Dustminion gets through the tower. That'll take him to the sky. A couple panels left to go. Behind panel 9 is the quicksand stage with Boss Bass.
And it's Paranoia through the beta stage, and Leslie going through the spiral tower right now. Dustminion in the quicksand stage, and Dr. J fighting Boom Boom, who got another headache.
However, here's the situation. Leslie Pro down to Small Mario. If Leslie Pro doesn't make it, and he's going to be patient. Very good. I was going to say, if Leslie Pro doesn't make it, we're going to have another lead change.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of time lost right there.
Absolutely, but now Leslie Pro is through. Dustminion gets a star on his Hammer Bros stage, and we have 1-1 on Dr. J's side.
I think that's 1-3.
That TX88 makes an interesting point. You know, I never thought of that as well. If you fly over that wall from the beta exit, you'll find the entrance to the real 6-6. So you definitely, without a doubt, can call it the 7-6 beta. There's no argument there.
I didn't even realize that. We have a Boss Bass!
And in the caught in the whirlwind, Leslie Pro gonna take out another meal for Boss Bass, and that is gonna tighten things up. And actually, it's gonna give Paranoia the lead.
That was actually one of the funnier Boss Bass I think I've seen. Just showed up and had a meal instantly.
Yep. Talk about getting revenge, because Leslie Pro got caught up in the twister and took down Boss Bass, and then immediately...
Oh! Paranoia gets munched!
Wow! And the first one! If you're a fan of Boss Bass meals, you are getting your fill tonight, folks. What is that? How many in this race already? That's
3 in about a minute.
At least 4, because Dr. J fell victim, I think, also. Now, here's the World 6 airship, and Paranoia is going to play this. This is the, I think this is 6-7. Yes.
Yeah, he's getting rid of the frog suit as well.
Leslie Pro in that same 6-7, and Dustminion with Roy Koopa. 3 hits is not enough. 4 hits it is. Oh, Paranoia almost short of that jump, but makes it. Dustminion will be the first one to World 5.
And Leslie Pro first to the airship here, World 6 airship. And Paranoia right behind.
Paranoia and Leslie Pro. Yeah, they both Jugum clouded that quicksand level, so neither advantage or disadvantage for either runner. But it's a very small lead again for Leslie Pro. Let's find out what we get from the princess. It's going to be, ooh, a hammer. 2 forts, including the red fort, which is not a fort, it's actually the super tanks.
Very interesting.
I love seeing the red fort. Now, I believe if it was the flag set 1, whenever you see a red fort, I believe it's always going to be 5F2. Because that's the one that has the weird blue color. But in these flags, it can be anything. Leslie Pro and Paranoia both taking down Roy Koopa. So neck and neck between those two. And again, Leslie Pro is fighting for his tournament life right here. And another Lotus kill for Dr. J. Hi, and Big Bertha.
Bye, Big Bertha. And we have the king spreading some rumors.
No
Item,
matches.
by the way, is a hammer, as you said. So that's now 3 of our runners to pick up that hammer.
Yep. Dustminion not getting any matches. Here's 7-1 with a tail, which is very difficult to do as opposed to being just regular Super Mario, but Dustminion going to try it. So far, not so good. Dr. J now in the chomper run. We'll start things off. And Leslie Pro gets past Boom Boom, but again, still neck and neck between him and Paranoia. And Dustminion does get the skip, so 7-1 complete. Now it's Leslie Pro's turn. Gets the mac and cheese first try. How about them apples?
Very nice. Now, if Paranoia can do that very quickly, he can at least keep pace. But that clip, if not done the first try, can be hard to get. So we'll see how that works for him. There's
That's
the one
huge. You have no idea how huge that is. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Paranoia, because if Paranoia struggles with that clip, Leslie could build a couple minutes lead on him. We'll see what happens.
Exactly.
And got the tail.
There's the struggle.
Try.
There's the struggle.
So here's the World 4 airship that Dustminion's in right now. He's in World 5. Still no clip. Larry Koopa, how strong are you? 1 hit is not enough. Gets the clip. Not bad with the tail. Took 4 or 5 tries. It's a 3-hitter for Dustminion.
And World 4 airship for Leslie Pro now. So he is right behind Dustminion. But again, just to clarify for those joining us late, Leslie Pro and Dustminion are not playing against each other in this seed. They are both leading their respective matches. Leslie Pro is playing against its Paranoia. Dustminion is playing against Dr. JPHD.
All right, so we're going to find out what Toadstool gives our runners here from the letter. Dustminion will be the first one. Leslie Pro not too far behind Dustminion in terms of overall leader. But again, as you mentioned, it's left side and left side versus right side and right side. Those two runners respectively. We don't get to find out too quick for Dustminion. And there is the moonwalking spiky cheeps again. And here's 3-3 on Dustminion's.
Oh, that's funny.
I know, I love it. I can hear Billie Jean in the background right now.
Oh, it looks like it's
Just get the fire
on fire, yeah.
Just before getting hit there, so Larry down for Paranoia. And Dustminion try. Oh, and the shell missed.
Yeah, there we go. Cloud, by the way. I was a cloud.
Thank you very much. All right, so that's a big-time Jugum cloud there. Not much inventory for Leslie, so here is 3-3. It's his turn. Inventory's been quite sparse.
We have an Angry Sun in 2-3.
2-3. I said 3-3.
Now,
2-3.
Yeah, this is a level where the Angry Sun can really cause some chaos.
Double your boss bass pleasure in 4-2. This is like
wow!
You could see that.
Wow!
I know, right?
I've never seen that.
I've seen that earlier in the tournament. I don't know if it's the only stage it could happen, but it's one of the few if it's not the only. Dustminion completes the cards up to 6 extra lives. Leslie Pro done with 2-3, and now Paranoia's in 5-6. Oh, and Paranoia is out of 5-6.
Express exit.
Yep, Leslie Pro back to the cards. There's a 1-up match. And a flower match. There's 2 matches. Should find that mushroom. There's 3 matches. How about another flower? Nope. 3 matches, though, for Leslie Pro.
Paranoia
It's
is
the
back in
frog suit
5-6.
Wing.
Paranoia is back in 5-6 via automatic flying. We are in the pyramid beta stage.
Ooh,
Almost.
almost.
I lied. 1-5 beta stage. My mistake.
Yeah, 1.5 beta stage. The not so pleasant beta version of 1.5. No power-ups, no coin heaven.
Yeah.
And nice job, Leslie, getting through the double boss bass 4-2. And stage for Paranoia is the first one we've seen in this particular race. So whatever item is behind that chest will be the excuse me, I can talk. Will be the item behind all the chests in the hand stages.
Now we're gonna get to find out in about 5 seconds what that is. So
And Dustminion wants no part of 5-9.
there's the chest. It's a mushroom, so not worth doing the hand stages.
And Dustminion is not going to bother with 5-9. Going to juke him over it. Going to take the pipe to ensure that he doesn't have to play it, that it's not a waste of a cloud. Dr. J now in 6-7. Here's Leslie Pro in 5-6. So we do have a lead change again. Paranoia is now back in the lead. Finds the way out. It's the World 2 airship. Wendy awaits. We are due. We're due. I'm sorry, Cyclone, but we are due for a strong Wendy. We're due for Baconators.
I've seen a couple of strong Wendy's before. Let's see if it happens again.
There's 2. 3. Well, this is looking promising.
4. We'll take it.
Yeah, 1. She had 1 Baconator. We'll take that.
And she had the son of Baconator.
That works. Here's Leslie Pro now in the...
Wow, that was an interesting clip that she made on the block there.
Ooh, Paranoia in sort of trouble. Oh, close call.
Wow.
Paranoia gets through. That could have really made things interesting if Paranoia would have failed that.
It would have been a lot closer.
And now the pressure's back on Leslie Pro. Dr. J getting past World 4. Another cloud. So, World 6 could have multiple panel 10s in these flag sets, up to 3 of them to be precise. Here is 3-2. And Leslie Pro now in the World 2 airship. Not that far behind Paranoia, but Paranoia does have the lead. I don't know if it's a real lead, though, because Paranoia might have used resources. I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out. Here's the Wendy fight. We'll see. Oh, loses the fire. So this could get dicey.
He got a hammer.
There's 3 hits. This is critical. This is critical. No!
No!
Overshot the jump. Wendy dodged, and that, you hate to see it, folks.
And Paranoia picked up another hammer, so even if resources like that were used, he got him back.
Wow. This is now looking good for Leslie Pro now. Paranoia getting the resources and now building the lead thanks to Wendy. Oh, but here's Fort Knox. So here's where Paranoia is going to lose a little bit of time.
Okay,
and now
yeah.
Leslie Pro, if Leslie Pro can keep this tail, that would be huge. It does! Somehow in between the candy cane rings. Wow.
And Paranoia just canceled out of the stage rather than go looking for the Tanuki suit. He just went for the P-Wing to save some time.
That's not a bad strategy at all. Yep, went into the lava, took the intentional 100 coin fine, and now Dr. J's in 7-1 playing it the natural way.
Au natural.
Yep, so we'll see what happens in this case, because if Leslie Pro can get to the fort, can pick up some time.
I don't know what sprite that was, but I've never seen that.
I wasn't really paying attention, unfortunately. Whose side was it?
It looked like, on Dr. J, it looked like some kind of a flag coming down from the upper level.
Oh, anything could rain down here. This is where.
No!
Oh, and the sniper nipper rains down on Dr. J. You just never know what is going to be behind that opening right there, and it's usually something very unpleasant.
And gets sniped by a boomerang immediately.
Now, Leslie Pro gonna check this pipe. Is not gonna like what he sees. It's only gonna take right there. All right, so Leslie Pro gonna play this fort and has the tail. So this is where he could gain some time potentially.
And we have liftoff of Air Leslie.
And Paranoia going to Juke 'em Cloud panel 8. Now, this is a risk. If there's a bridge, there's no bridge. So Paranoia is in the clear. the World 5 airship, and we have Lemmy Koopa. Last time was the Jumbo Shrimp 5-hitter. Will he be a 5-hitter again, or is he going to revert to being the shrimp we all know and love? Let's find out.
Meanwhile, this is our last world. That means the Dark World.
Oh,
he's a shrimp!
Back to being the Lemmy we know and love.
So we are going to be going to World 8 next, and that means that we are on what we like to affectionately call the Great Equalizer. We're going to get to see, as Paranoia now leads all racers, he's taking lead over Dustminion as well. So we're going to get to see if level 8 or World 8 is a full clear, or whether we're going to be able to zip to the end.
All right, people in chat, predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle. So yeah. By the way, that not only was it a nipper, it was a fire nipper that was raining down on Dr. J, but had the fire to take it down. Leaf is the prize from the princess, so here we go, World 8. So far, 1 lock, so it's not going to be 4 bridges.
Ooh, there's a lot of pipes out front here.
Interesting. Is it going to be free?
Well, we found both the tank icons.
Well, one of them will break a lock or build a bridge. The other one will not. And Leslie Pro, there's another lock, so we know it's going to be no more than 2 bridges. I'm going to say 1. It is 2 bridges. 2. Ooh. And for the first time tonight, these runners are in the Navy. Yes, you can sail the 7 seas. And yes, they want you as a new recruit.
I'll pass.
Yeah. All right, Paranoia flying through the Navy, and here's the boom boom fight. Paranoia's hoping that's going to build one of those 2 bridges. We're going to find out. Down goes boom boom. Here's Dustminion's shot at the shrimp, and there it is. And Leslie Pro takes down the shrimp as well. Where's one of the bridges?
Well, that's definitely good to see.
All right, so
all of our other runners are finishing worlds right now together. 2 of them World 7. They're both going to go into World 8 at the same time. Dr. J, though, is 2 worlds behind. He's just finishing World 5.
Yeah. Now, this could be interesting. Is that Navy icon required to build the 2nd bridge? Now, I don't know if these runners have hammers or not. I'm assuming they do. But we're going to see. Well, there's the fort. We're going to see if we...
Was that a lock in front of one of the tanks?
No.
Thought it was.
No, there can only be 2 locks because there's 2 bridges. Does have a hammer.
There's the lock.
Paranoia's going to bank that this is required. And what do you know? We have the Air Force behind the Navy. That's kind of funny, actually.
That actually is kind of funny. I didn't know the Navy started flying.
Oh, and Leslie thought about going back, but he realizes he's got a hammer. I'll tell you what, if this does build the bridge, we have a race. However, keep in mind, Leslie still has to do the stage before Bowser's Castle. So Paranoia still leads if this is the right decision. But if Paranoia, no fall from Paranoia. So if this builds the bridge, this could be all she wrote, potentially.
But keep in mind, Paranoia could easily make a mistake as well. And he could, as I suggested earlier, he could get hit as a Hammer Brother. Leslie Pro makes it as a Hammer Brother suit. And that could be a big difference as well.
Absolutely. So we're going to find out if this indeed, it's a 50-50 chance, because we know it couldn't break that lock, because then there's no way of beating that stage. So it's a 50-50 chance he just built that 2nd bridge. No, it didn't, because there's no lock now. It didn't build the bridge.
And there's Boss Pass and Lunch.
That's the intentional, because he knows he's got to play the other tank-shaped stage, which represents the super tank stage. So we now know this level here, or it could be the fort, and it's the World 2 fort.
He's using one of his Hammer Brother suits.
Yeah, a lot of meals for Boss Bass today, especially in Game 2.
And that's why I thought it was a lock. It was a fort there. I didn't see it correctly.
And Leslie Pro, they're both in the same fort. But again, Leslie Pro is going to have to play out the stage before Bowser's Castle. So right now, as it stands, if this is required, it's a 1-level lead for Paranoia and losing the Hammer Bro suit.
That's, I think, does he have another one?
He must have more. You wouldn't use it now.
Yeah, you wouldn't use it there.
Builds his first bridge in World 8, as Dr. J is currently in Fort 2, gets past the double Boss Bass. Paranoia and Leslie Pro both take care of Boom Boom. Leslie Pro gets it first. So we're going to see what happens here. And Leslie Pro going to take this pipe.
And his Paranoia is still going through pipes.
This could be a check.
Now he's got it.
Yep, that was the ticket right there. So Paranoia in the catbird seat with the Fire Bro suit. Now we'll see if he's able to get the fire kill and see what kind of riffraff we're dealing with. But Leslie Pro is still one stage behind. So Paranoia, this is the moment here. Paranoia wins.
Yeah.
He's moving on.
Paranoia needs to make it in one shot here. Otherwise, Leslie Pro will catch up and we'll have a chance to steal this race from him.
You are correct. It is still not over. Because if he falls into the lava, and Leslie Pro is flying through the Navy here, it still could be up for grabs. Let's see what happens. Paranoia, so far, so good. Gets through. Gonna try the clip? No.
Second laser.
Second laser. No 4.
Let's see what kind of power we have. This is... Oh, no. Fire loss. Fire loss.
And here comes Leslie Pro. Oh, and there was a laser. Wow. And here's Bowser. So Paranoia controls his destiny.
Oh, my goodness.
But there's a Hammer Bro suit for Leslie. If somehow he can keep it, that is going to be a tough situation.
He needed the clip. He didn't get the clip.
It's fine, though. The next clip is the important one.
Right.
But will it be too late, even if he does get the clip?
It's going to be too late. There's only 2 more stops here. It's going to be too late. But he needs a clip right now.
He's got to get it first try.
He needs it first try.
He's got to get it first try.
He doesn't get it.
Paranoia, 1 more ground pound, and...
No clip.
There it is! Get your GGs out for Paranoia, and Paranoia moving on to the bracket stages at 4-2. What a race!
That got exciting at the end. Oh my! And he just gets the clip now, but it's gonna be too little, too late.
Oh man!
As we have a finish with Paranoia, it's Paranoia crossing with an official SRL time 35 minutes and 24 seconds, and Leslie Pro going to throw some hammers at Bowser, and he's not going to be very far behind.
Less than a minute. Oh, and there's those fireballs. Nice jump there, but watch out for that laser beam. It's a coming, Dustminion. Nice dodge. So here we go. Hi, Bowser. And bye, Bowser.
Yep, 2 of those in succession. Leslie Pro now crossing with a 35-minute, 51-second official SRL time. And Dustminion is going to be right behind. We're going to stand by for Dustminion's finish right now. He's getting his victory music right now. Dr. J dealing with the thwomp. And Dustminion now crosses the line with a 36 minutes and 9 seconds.
So here's the situation that just happened with the results right now. With that win, Soundly Paranoia advancing with Pro A 007 in Group F to the bracket stages. In Group D, Dustminion goes to 3-3. That forces Zodiac Dread to win both of his games against Dr. J coming up. Dr. J can be ultimate spoiler here. 1 loss, and Dustminion goes to the bracket stages. But if Zodiac Dread wins both, those 2 will have a playoff with the tournament bracket stages. With that, we do have Dustminion and It's Paranoia both here in the commentators booth with us. GG, first of all, congratulations to you, Paranoia. You are moving on to the bracket stages. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, actually. Much better second seed than that first one.
Boy, very, very close. I got to tell you something. Leslie Pro, in both races, could have easily beaten you. Game 1 chose the wrong pipe in Worlds. Game 1 chose the wrong pipe in World 7. You went left. He went right. That was the difference maker. If he makes the right decision, he wins this first one. In the second one, I think it was a similar story in terms of the resources because this is a back and forth affair. But you took a lead on him that you didn't relinquish. But Leslie almost caught you.
And Leslie's with us as well, by the way.
Yep, I'll get to him in just a moment.
Yep.
If Leslie Pro would have gotten that first try at Hammer Brothers clip, he could have potentially stopped you. It would have been really close. Don't know. And we do have, of course, Leslie Pro here in the commentators booth. Boy, GG, my friend. You were competitive in both races. You easily could have won both races. It just wasn't meant to be.
Thanks, Laws. That is much appreciated. Paranoia, GG, you got me on that one. What really got me in the first race is going into 1-3 when it wasn't necessary to see if I could get that item. That didn't work out, and that really is what set the tone.
Well, actually, Leslie Pro, that is not what determined the race. What determined the race was World 7. Because you actually had the lead on Paranoia going into World 7. but in a gambit, a 50-50 choice. Right pipe, left pipe. You chose the right pipe, Paranoia chose the left pipe, and it was the left pipe that took you to the end.
Yep, I figured it was something like that got me, because when it comes down to those 50-50s, those RNGs, don't put your lottery ticket on me, folks, because that's the reason I don't play the lottery. I know what my luck is in general,
Now,
and somehow it's bled its way into games.
Now, I don't know what happened in Game 2. You had the lead on Paranoia again in Game 2, but then Paranoia took a lead. I don't know if it was a hammer, a cloud skip, or what, but Paranoia did something that enabled him to take a lead that Paranoia wouldn't relinquish.
It was World 6 or World 7. I'm not sure which world it was in.
It might have been both of those worlds, because I know I skipped a lot of World 6 with he uses hammers and clouds, because I had like 90 million of them.
That might have been it. I didn't see it, but that might have been it.
Well, I only went into the end card game once in World 2 because I figured I needed to have. I figured my chance at brackets is on the line. My foot's got to be all the way down on the floor. No let up, and it just wasn't enough. Maybe I missed something in the card game. I don't know.
Well, I am not sure about the card game. There wasn't really much card game action by any of the players in this one compared to game number 1. But 7-1, you got the mac and cheese, the first try block clip. Paranoia had the leaf, took him 4 tries, which is pretty respectable for the raccoon tail. So you were able to gain a little bit of a lead there. Unfortunately, yeah, I just think it was just the resource management. I think that's simply what it boiled down to, was resource management.
Well, it is what it is, although the first race, the one highlight that I will take is a rather unexpected little H jump, because the enemy placement was just perfect for me to hit the landing, hit the jump, and clear it. Never done that before, so hey, take those how we get them.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, Boss Bass was really in control in game number 2. There had to have been at least half a dozen swallows, including one intentional.
Yeah, I may have fed the bass.
I know I did twice.
I may have purchased some breadcrumbs for him with 100 coins.
This might be a record.
Issues.
At least 6, if not 7, Boss Bass meals in this race alone between the 4.
3 about a minute apart, all on the quicksand stage. I think Leslie Pro fed him twice.
Yes.
That was where I had the yummy input, and I burned a cloud there because I didn't want to mess with that a third time.
I burned a cloud after the first swallow. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, you obviously didn't see this, Paranoia, but we did see that Leslie Pro got caught up in the tornado, and he was flinging fireballs, obviously, which I think is automated, and actually killed the Boss Bass. He comes out of the tornado to give it a second try, and that's when Boss Bass ate him and got revenge.
Yeah, that is probably clip-worthy, no question.
It is.
Look at this. Dr. J's going to try to do the bonus path. He gets there. Now, savor this moment, folks. This is something you don't see very often. That was amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in a race setting before. That's pretty cool.
I know you've seen runners often go for it, but it's very rarely achieved.
Absolutely, man. Props to Dr. J. He may not have won this race, but then he just slides away from that platform.
Just slipped right off of it. And now he's looking for a cloud and decides to go for the Hammer Brother instead.
And of course, Sledge Bro's in the water. Ooh, dodge that hammer.
Not that one.
Bro's in the water.
That one. Not that one. My goodness.
Also, I feel like that first seed, I played as strong as I possibly could.
Yep, but again, sometimes you got to be lucky to win these very close races. You just were a little bit luckier than Leslie Pro in game number 1. And yeah, like I said, World 7 ended up being the difference because, if it's the other way around, like if he takes the left pipe or if you both take the right pipe, Leslie Pro ends up winning that one easily.
Yeah, both races were excellent races between you as Paranoia and Leslie Pro. They were both excellent races. You were back and forth lead changes a few times in your races. I think you'll find they're just great to see because of the fact that you were very competitive against each other, and obviously you didn't know what each other was going through, but it's interesting to see how you bounce back and forth with different things being done by the other runner and how the lead just changes like that.
Well, I just realized another thing that kind of was the difference, that Wendy death on Leslie with one hit away.
Oh, yeah.
Take that death away, could have been a tie.
Yeah.
Possibly.
My goodness.
You can pick out any one thing that happened that either Paranoia did successfully or one thing that Leslie Pro unfortunately had a failure at, and any one of those things could have been the difference.
Yeah, I'm telling you, as competitive those two races were between Leslie Pro and Paranoia, they could have went either way both times.
Hey, that's the fun part about these randomizers. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how close it gets. And you get to the end of this, even though you missed by that much, you know it was a classic. And then you realize, hey, it doesn't look pretty, but you know what? In terms of putting on a classic showcase, yeah, I'd say mistakes aside from my end, I'd say it's going to look pretty darn good. And then next year, well, I'm going to have to do a lot of work between now and then to get better because everybody else is getting better. And I still got one more race versus Sharky to be scheduled.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have any last questions for us?
No, I think I've covered all the questions. I mean, very good race between you. GG to the both of you. But again, congratulations to you, Paranoia, for merging out of Group F, making it to the bracket stages along with Pro A007. So what are your thoughts about what you might expect to do in your first race in bracket stages?
I have a singular guess of what's going to happen.
Well, you never know. You played quite well today. I mean, things can happen. I mean, bad resource management, a couple of lousy stages, anything can happen. That's why they play the game. One of the things I'm always saying when I'm doing Zelda Randomizer commentary is Randomizer doesn't care who you are. Anybody can win any race at any given time.
I say the same thing.
And I'm saying the same thing with this rando. I agree with that about Zelda 1 rando. And I'm starting to see it and believe it in Zelda 3 rando with some of what's happened in that tournament.
Yeah, I'm not as well versed into Link to the Past as I am Zelda 1 or Zelda 2, but I'm guessing there's been a lot of races where it's been upsets galore and whatnot.
Just in the group phase, there were multiple ties. Definitely believable. Anyone can win any day in that in Zelda 3 as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there was that round 3 upset where Sabatender beating Andy comes to mind.
Oh, yeah. When you hear Andy losing, either you're probably thinking he probably lost to like the second best person in the entire planet because Andy's one of the top elite runners in Link to the Past Randomizer. So when you see an upset that like that, yeah, it shocks you. But again, that's just the great thing about Randomizer. It can happen to anybody. Meanwhile, Dr. J took down Lemmy Koopa's on his way to World 7. World 8, excuse me, sorry.
And I'm going to thank you for having me. I'm going to head off and get dinner. So,
no problem. Congratulations once again on a great pair of races tonight.
Absolutely. GG's, Dustminion. You were right there with us.
Hello.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was waiting for this other conversation to end before I chimed in with.
Absolutely. GG to you, Dustminion. Congratulations. And by the way, we have the GIMP Extreme special. World 6 Fort and World 8. Nobody else had checked it, but Dr. J's here right now. We are at 6F1. Yeah, congratulations to you, Dustminion. You won both times, so that takes you up to 3-3, and it keeps your hopes of making it to the bracket stages alive. In fact, you have clinched no worse than a playoff against Dustminion, who will be taking on Dr. J sometime later on this week. If Dustminion loses just once, you advance to the bracket stages. But if Dustminion sweeps that series, then you and Dustminion will have a playoff with the bracket flags to determine who emerges from Group D. So,
I think that was his opponent tonight, Laws.
let's see. Dustminion is 3-3. Yeah, I'm getting it
Yeah.
wrong. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Yeah,
over.
Dustminion was who he played.
I got really confused there.
Yeah, I want to see a playoff between Dustminion and Dustminion. You're right.
That'd be a great matchup. I think it'd be a tie.
It would be a tie. All right. Let's take it from the top, Dustminion. So with your 2 wins, you are 3-3. So you are guaranteed no worse than a playoff against Zodiac Dread. Zodiac Dread goes up against Dr. J sometime later this week. If Zodiac Dread loses just once, Dustminion, then you will emerge from Group D as the second person out of that bracket. But if Zodiac Dread sweeps the series against Dr. J, he goes to 3-3, and Zodiac Dread and Dustminion, those 2 would have a playoff to determine who advances to the bracket stages, and it would be the bracket flags.
Okay. That. I understand.
I hope that made more sense that time.
It did. Don't worry.
Here's Mud.
So how'd you enjoy my opening in Seed 1?
That seems like
I'm
blur.
forgetting what happened.
I'm so sorry.
I know you made a comment about it in the chat, and I commented on your comment after the first race. I forget what happened in World 1.
It seems like a blur now.
I accidentally started in 2-player mode and had.
Oh, that's why you did the reset.
That's why you reset. Oh, I thought you reset because you wanted to reset on your lives. Well, that makes even more sense now.
Oh, you missed. I was Luigi for like. Half
I
a
didn't
second.
catch that. I didn't catch that.
No. I mean, we're with oh, and another meal for Boss Pass.
Yum! Yum!
How many is that? It's got to be 8 now.
7 or 8. 7 or 8.
Yep, I'm gonna have to look back in the VOD, but this has to be a record. I don't think I've seen as many Boss Pass meals in a single, and this time it's the Paraguma that takes down.
And I think you told me roll something nasty for them. I think we I rolled the fish food.
Yeah. My goodness gracious. But, yeah, congratulations, Dustminion. Well played tonight. I mean, you were just cruising. And, you know, other than the mishap that you had at the beginning of Seed 1, you looked like you played really...
Another meal!
Wow!
It keeps happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the all-you-can-eat Boss Bass Buffet.
And Dr. J has had enough. He did tell us he had a hard stop of 10 o'clock, and we are coming close to that. So he has gone ahead and forfeited from the race, commenting this close to being the game, just looking for the last bridge, he said. I'll see if he wants to join us for a moment.
Well, if he's got to be done by 9, I'm guessing he doesn't have time for that, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, he needed to beat the 4th stage, I believe. Now I've forgotten again. Son of a gun.
It was the 4th stage and one other. I broke a lock to play the Air Force stage, and I think that was the one that needed to build the 2nd bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was on the
stage.
actual screen with the Bowser's Castle, or was that the first seed?
That was the first. No, that was the first
Okay.
bridge that they built. You're right.
Yeah.
But the second bridge was on that screen. Yes.
Yeah. The super tank did nothing.
Correct.
I ended up doing it for nothing.
Yeah. All
and
right.
Dr. J did say he can't. He's getting ready for another tournament race, so he has to go.
That explains why he had a hard finish of 10 o'clock Eastern. That makes sense. So we wish Dr. J the best of luck in that tournament race. But so Dustminion, what are your thoughts about potentially either making it to the bracket stages or having the 1-game playoff against Zodiac Dread?
Well, one thing's clear, I need more practice.
Why do you say that?
Because I think I spent a couple moments just sitting there and mulling my choice over and not actually doing the thing I was thinking about doing.
Yeah, and that was one thing I had brought up earlier. Is when you do these kind of races, you want to be decisive because every second counts.
Yeah, I wasted a bit of time just sitting there.
Yeah, and so I guess if that's one thing you could maybe improve on is I guess being more decisive in making decisions, because that'll save you some time. I've not seen it happen yet, but I'm sure it's happened sometime in another Super Mario Brothers 3 randomizer race or not. But I'm guessing that at one point or another, indecisiveness has cost runners races.
Mm-hmm. It certainly cost me a race or two.
Well, in any event,
Can confirm, can relate.
Absolutely. So again, GG to everybody here tonight. Please make sure you give our 4 runners, Much Paranoia, Leslie Pro 04, Dustminion, and drjayphd, all of them a follow. Did a tremendous job tonight. And the brackets, the puzzle pieces are starting to fit in. We don't have many more group stage play left.
But we do have one coming up later tonight, which we want to get to very quickly, because that is in about an hour from now. We do have Narfman 0 versus Ace of Arrows coming up on SpeedGaming 3 later tonight. Again, those of you watching us on YouTube, and thank you again for watching our playlist on YouTube here on the SpeedGaming channel. You're going to see that race later on the playlist, so stay tuned for that, or look around the playlist for that. Other races coming up tomorrow include Dave Lindell versus Glutamic Acid, and Jet Tab versus Tapatio J. We also have F. Coffin, Fred, the creator himself of the Randomizer versus DLP 316, all coming up tomorrow. Check speedgaming.org/SMB3R for information on those races when they are scheduled channels.
And those are going to be some big ones. A lot of high octane action. Bracket stage positioning is going to be on the line on a lot of these races, so it should be exciting this weekend. So can't wait for it. But
agreed.
Any final questions for our runners before we call it a night?
Or any final thoughts from the runners?
I thought they played really, really well tonight. The first race, it was really close back and forth between all the runners at some point. Then game number 2 was back and forth between Leslie Pro and Paranoia. It looked like it was Dustminion's race pretty much from the get-go, unfortunately, this time around. So it was a very comfortable win for Dustminion, but Dr. J still playing really, really well tonight. But it's getting really exciting. We're almost to the bracket stages, and that's when things take a twitch.
Yeah, we're going to see the brackets flags when those come up. We'll talk about those when they come up. But and I haven't actually seen myself what they are yet. I need to see what they are myself. But
you want me to tell you, or do you want to keep everybody in suspense?
Let's keep everyone in suspense a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
Anyway, we just for those who are watching us live, just to make sure you check out the other events here on Speed Gaming as well. Follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6. We do have a link to the past randomizer tournament action happening on Speed Gaming Prime right now. We're probably going to join that because that's the only channel up right now. There is also some Chrysalis randomizer and some Zelda 1, Metroid 1 combo randomizer coming up later tonight as well. So make sure you stay tuned for those as well. And I'm just going to say for myself right now, make sure you follow LOZ Cards Fan, also a great player of both of these randomizers, the Zelda 1 and the SMB3R, I believe. And
to be honest with you, I've not played a Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer, but someday I do plan on tackling it because it looks like a lot of fun, and I have fun doing commentary. It's something I do want to plan on doing it through one of these days.
Yeah, I need to get into it myself. I just don't have the time right now, or I would. But it's definitely one of the ones I am following. I do want to try myself, so I will be getting into it myself. But definitely a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to beating Boss Bass a few times without planning to. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say. We are going to wrap up here, so I want to thank everyone for watching. I'm going to give Cards Fan the final word. Make sure you follow the channels. Make sure you stay tuned for the races coming up. We will be joining the link to the past randomizer in progress here live. If you're watching on YouTube, that is on a different playlist. You can check that out. The race is Doomtap versus Act the Boker. I believe they're getting the final phases of that tournament as well, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure you check that out. Otherwise, have a good night. LOZ, you get the final word.
I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, reminding you, everybody, to make sure your Boss Bass are well fed. We will see you next time.
Good night.
GG's, everyone. Good night.